Sorry, folks. I keep running out of space. Yes, so I had they were trying to harvest semen from me, and I had to wash my laundry, so they never got my sample. All right, so we have low voltage current, we have drumhead bunks, and we have high velocity carbon monoxide laced frigid air, and then we had extremely hot, terrible water coming out of the sink, and it was the only source of drinking water. I was immediately feeling the effects of ridiculous amounts of fluoride and arthritic symptoms. Meanwhile, we had this high velocity UV light that seemed to be unnecessary because there was also another light in the ceiling. This thing, by the way, was pumping out huge amounts of light, and it was so hot it had its own air vents. And by the time I left, the right side of my face was fried from UV exposure. And when I actually looked at the sunshine for the first time and closed my eyes, the after image was blue, and I could look directly at the sun without squinting. Another interesting feature was up here in the top of the ceiling. You can see after construction they had drilled a hole, apparently from down through the top, because it kind of cratered out in like a triangular fashion. And there was a shiny metal device in there that looked like a what's known as a titanium tweeter. And I do believe it was being used to pump the cell full of microwave. And because you can get there's what's known as the audible effect of radio frequency energy, where you hear this ringing in your ears. And it was actually named after the researcher that discovered it. And it's the something effect. I just can't. The audible effects of radio frequency energy is, I do believe, the technical term for it. So I was suffering from that as well. While I was in there, I don't know if I mentioned this already. I was surrounded by people trying to get me implicated in crimes. Yeah, this was the hell they put me through. 28 days, no communication, and if I hadn't been able to tell the judge that she was being misled, I probably would have been shipped off to Chino, because when they did haul me into the court, apparently I was facing 369 days in jail for what they hauled me out of the court for in the first place. And then apparently they were going to charge me with destroying the jail property by taking the gift from the tailor 3 cells down that had carpeting and was basically selling workout gear, but whatever. So yeah, this is basically what I went through. Compliments of Patrick McDonald, Robert Luna, Douglas Halbert, here to facilitate the political crime spree that was basically built by Jerry Brown and his spawn, Gavin Newsom. Okay, this is what they do to people. Okay, they use all of this authority, all of this power, all this abuse. Now, it's hard to tell on this picture, but I had an abrasion right here in my forehead. And when they took my records, they changed the photograph from color to just black and white, and it literally looked like your thumbprint. I mean, it looked like literally like if it was a black and white thumbprint. You can't even tell that it's me. What's interesting, though, is that this had nothing to do with the police, okay? And I want that to be very clearly stated. I already had an injury when they arrested me, okay? I had actually hit my head on a parking sign while I was trying to lock my bike to it, and it gave me a little scrape. This had happened a couple days beforehand. But what they basically did was, after they threw me in jail and they noticed that I had a wound on my forehead, they decided to alter the records and change the photograph just in case. But the officer that actually took me through booking and everything, he was a genuinely good guy, and he was actually young, and we were alone for a period of time. So I want everyone to know that I harbor no ill feelings against the officer, and I would never falsely accuse one of anything just to further my own political ambitions. That's why I think I've mentioned something to the effect in the past that when I had the opportunity to get a lawyer and go after the police, and I could have used that against them, I didn't, because I don't do that stuff. So here was my home for 28 days on the drumhead, busting nuts, freaking out, got deputies pumping excessively loud oboe music through the cells, the diet laced with the worst food you can imagine, abundances of carrots for some reason. It's like the whole situation was just designed to compress and crush innocent people. And if it wasn't for the temerity of my kind of, I guess, built-in DNA, I would have never walked out of there. But I did, and you know what? Hopefully, in the long run, it'll be worth it. So yeah, folks, this is what happens to innocent people when they try to get involved and do the right thing. You know, and this leads back to what I was saying: this paralysis of government. You got Long Beach running wild; they're untouchable. We got to solve these problems, folks.